Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another movie review. And yeah, sorry, but like I said, every time I say when I haven't uploaded reviews in like almost a week, is because of work and all that. I'm very tired, so say it again. But here I'm back on another movie review, another film that came out this year, just recently, that I surprisingly that I liked. I was like, really another version of this movie, but not surprisingly, I liked. So, and yes, there are a couple more movie reviews I'm going to get to, like the Resident Evil films. I said I would for that one person. Like I said, I will get to that. So, and of course, he mentioned another one which he had said before, which I'll get to that too. So. If you're watching, I will get to those as well. But just just been really, like I said, tired and just want to go out and want to go see another movie. But a couple of days ago I did, and I really like this one. And it's the title. It's the 2020 the way you say reboot or reimagining of The Invisible Man. So yeah, the Invisible Man. Direct starring Elisabeth Moss, which I thought she did a good job in this film. And now with the Invisible Man, now what about this one? Because originally they were gonna make an Invisible Man movie for the Dark Universe, with leading off with The Mummy with Tom Cruise. And they were going to have Johnny Depp be the Invisible Man. I was like, really, Johnny Depp? But unfortunately, The Mummy, which was shit with Tom Cruise, it failed box office and critical wise. They shelved any plans for any future plans for the Dark Universe. They were going to have Bride of Frankenstein, the Invisible Man, and another Wolfman. So those got shelved, and so they decided to go with this instead. I think there was one point where there was going to have another one with Elizabeth Banks. I forget though, but this one though I liked. Like I said, the best part was Elisabeth Moss, who she did a really good job, especially how she performed in this film. How the whole thing of her character has gone through, paranoia and just really looking like a nervous wreck. So she did a really good job in this movie. And I get to the director, Leigh Whannell, which, okay, if you're familiar with Leigh Whannell, as an actor, you've seen him as an actor. He played Adam from the first Saw film. So you remember the first Saw with the Cary Elwes as Dr. Gordon and the other character Adam? That's Leigh Whannell. Which he's also been a collaborator with the director James Wan, who directed the first Saw film. He worked with him. Then he helped write on the other Saw films with James Wan as well. But I thought he did a good job when he played Adam in the first Saw film. Well, of course, he played Adam in the third one, which died, but still. But as a director, though, he directed the third Insidious movie. I have not seen that one though. But I did see another one he directed. Was like last year, or was it 2018? I think it was 2018. We directed the film called Upgrade. I did not like that film, especially the ending was the ending was horrible. That's the reason. The ending was horrible, so I did not like Upgrade because it also, not that it was not that good, but the ending was bad. So, but it was like, okay, he's going to direct this new version of the Invisible Man, and I thought he did a good job with this one. Yeah, better way much better than Upgrade. And I can't say the same for Insidious 3 because I hadn't seen that one though, but still. But he did a good job directing this film. Especially I like the use of there's some use of camera work that I did like, and especially with Elisabeth Moss, and like I said, the whole paranoia aspect of it for this character. But he did a good job with this film, and the film, of course, this one's been released under Blumhouse, which they have been making money, So this was a small budget, and it's already a big hit. So, and it receives a lot of positive reviews. It has a 91% Rotten Tomatoes. It has a 7.6 on IMDb. So, but I think I did enjoy it though. For what the story is that Elisabeth Moss plays this character as Cecilia. She has basically a very bad relationship. More say, I wouldn't say abusive. Like, well, I didn't say he hits her or anything, but it's a very bad relationship with this guy by the name of Adrian Griffin. Now, I do remember to call Griffin in the original Invisible Man, except the guy whose name was Jack. Jack Griffin. So okay, the last name Griffin. Okay, reference it because it's sort of based. It's like kind of like based on the original Invisible Man, but was it H.G. Wells? I think it was. So yeah, I knew. Okay, Griffin. You referenced that from the original Invisible Man, Griffin. And so while the middle of the night where she was like in bed with him, she carefully sneaks out of his house to get away from him, and she does. But it was also a close getaway when her sister picks her up, and the guy comes out, but she dropped these little pills that she drugged him with, but she makes it a clean getaway, and it's 2 weeks later. But she's still very anxious, because she's wondering if he's gonna show up again, and find where she is. So, but she's been staying at a friend's house who's a cop, and he has a daughter. And then her sister comes and tells her that the guy died, and first she thinks that she does not believe that he would kill himself because he's way too smart to do that. But they said so her goes to see the guy's brother and tells that he left his money for her, and she kind of accepts it because she gives her friend's daughter some money for her to go to college And then after that, then there's things start happening, when you see in the trailer that where the frying pan starts catches fire, or there's the little moments where she's sleeping and the bed covers get pulled off, and the guy is taking pictures of her while she's sleeping on his phone. But when she tries to pull the covers on the floor, she can't pull it up because you see that someone is the footprints that somebody's standing on it. So this is where she just starts, she feels like he's still there, like he's invisible. But of course, the people don't believe her because this is where the whole paranoia thing. She thinks she's on edge. She's looking all around, think he's still there. He's invisible. That's what she confirms it for. He's invisible. Oh, because the guy, the guy's brother says he was so right because he invented this. He invented these. If you go into in the beginning where Elisabeth Moss she was his place, they had this stuff that he has invented, and then she figures out that he made him a way to make himself invisible, and then when the guy sends an email to her sister, but she thinks that she sent the email. Or with the girl, the daughter, the cop's daughter, that he hits her, and then he hits her, but she gets blamed for it. So she's trying to piece all this stuff together. So she eventually goes back to well, before that, because when she's in the kitchen, she's looking around, and all of a sudden, you get this little. It's almost done in one. I think it was in one shot. What I saw that he grabs her, pushes her back, and drags her around. Well, not before that, when she goes in the attic, because when she finds his phone, like we dumps paint on him, so it reveals he is there, and then goes to the kitchen where she picks her up, tosses her around, and then she runs away and is picked up like a Uber driver, I think it was, and goes back to his place, and then she looks around into more to his place, and she finds this device, which is actually the suit. So, it's a suit that has like cameras or stuff like that makes him invisible. And she takes that suit and she hides it. And he's there again, and then she runs away, and she wants to go meet with her sister again at this restaurant. And she was gonna tell her about this, in which I was like, oh shit, because I didn't all of a sudden it happened just like that. I didn't expect that coming right now, because when she was about to say something, the sister looks, and all of a sudden, right here, all of a sudden there's a knife right there, and then all of a sudden, pfft, cuts her sister's throat. I was like, oh, oh shit, I didn't expect to see that happen just like that already. I'm like, it just happened like all of a sudden, it's like she's looking, and all of a sudden there's a knife there already. It's like, oh, she cut the girl's throat, and then puts it in her hand, and then she gets framed for the murder. She gets put into the, you can say mental institution, but it's a treatment place, it says. So, and she knows that she's doing this because he's making her more of a nervous wreck. Not only to be framed for murder, but she looks like she's such a nervous wreck out of the way she's looking, so paranoid and tense and all that, and you just feel bad for her. But Elisabeth Moss, she did a really good job. So, she's although there was a scene in the trailer which I did not see in the movie. There was a scene in the trailer where she's sitting on the floor, and when her friend comes in, and it's like, "What are you looking at?" And then she's sitting there on the floor saying, "He's right there." Sitting in that chair. You can see like the imprint in the chair that someone is sitting in. I wonder why that was on the movie, because that was in the trailer, but I did not see that in the movie though. I wonder what happened with that scene. So, and then further it reveals that she's pregnant with his kid. That she was taking birth control, and he did like a little bit of tampering or a switch or something, and revealed that she is pregnant, and then she goes talks with his brother, who reveals that he knew about this stuff, as long as that you accept the child and this, and then sign this, and she doesn't want to. So she takes one of his pens, and she's a way to get him to, because she knows he's there. So goes into like back to her cell, and she was gonna stab her. Take the pen and stab her wrist to kill herself, and then reveals that he's there and goes, "I got you." And then starts stabbing him and revealing the suit. That starts blinking, and then manages the next scene. The Invisible Man, you could say, Griffin, starts, beating up these security guards, basically screwing or whatever, well, I guess he fucking up the security guards, you could say that, and, like, beating one with the taser up here to the chin, and then just punching and hitting them, slamming against a window, or making one of them shoot himself in the knee, and he's not gonna hurt her because she's pregnant with his child, so he's not gonna hurt her. Although he did when, I don't know why, because he did when he, back at the house, when she pulled her up and tossed her against the wall. But, yeah, but he messed up these security guards pretty badly, choking and then tossing them around and punching them. And then she tries to get him when it's in the rain, but then she talks to him, like, because there's a word he says, to her, surprise. And then, then he's headed back to her friend's place because he's going after the daughter, and he starts like choking the daughter, and then he gets her with a fire extinguisher, and then she starts shooting the guy. So it's okay. So then she does the sort of thing to reveal the guy and where he is, and starts shooting the guy. So she's a little bit. She is like a little strong woman, not a damsel in distress. Dead weight, broken nail, all that stuff. So yeah, she goes and shoots the guy, but it was revealed that it was the guy's brother who was in the suit, and then when the police went to that guy's house, it shows that he's been tied up, like make it look like he was held captive the whole time. But Elisabeth Moss knows that he would not do that. It was him the whole time. He set his brother up like that, so to make himself look innocent. So he knew that she knew that it was him before Tom. It was him the whole entire time. Telling James, that's the guy's name, the friend James. So what she does is she goes back to his place and seeing him, meet him at his place for dinner. And she's trying to, and while the guy James, he's listening, she's trying to make him to admit everything. If you want me to take care of the kid, to accept the kid, be honest with yourself, tell him everything. And of course the guy doesn't do that. But although he goes up to her and says, he says the word surprise because that he said that to her before. And when she said that she was going to go to the bathroom, and you see from his security camera right there facing the dinner table, the invisible, which you put it together that it makes the camera make it seem like someone was holding down. He took the knife and he slit his own throat. And then when she comes out, it's like, oh my god, and she calls 911 saying, oh hurry, a guy he's trying to kill him. He tried killing himself. So. And then she just starts to look at him with that little, and she says the same thing, surprise. So and when she comes out, which I knew when that incident happened, because she comes out with the bag when the guy comes, James, he sees the bag with the other invisible suit, so you know that she put on the suit and made him seem like he killed himself. So she put on that suit, and then she made herself invisible to make it seem like he killed himself with the knife. And the guy knew, and Elisabeth told her that he killed himself. And even though the guy knew, when he saw the suit, but he says, yeah, he did. And you saw from the camera, you saw her step back out of view, to make it seem like he killed himself. So a suicide. And then finally, she just with that dog. You saw the dog earlier in a few scenes. So she takes the dog with her, and she's walking up with them in front of the camera like this, with a smile on her face, saying that she's now finally rid of him. So yeah, and then that was a satisfying ending. It didn't end on it was not a downbeat ending. It was a satisfying ending. She finally got her revenge on him. He's now out of her life for good. Now she can go on, live her life, put her life back together. Now that he's gone out of the picture basically now. So yeah, like I said, Elisabeth Moss, she did a really good job. I thought she, felt bad for her character because all the paranoia, torturing her, making her a nervous wreck. I thought she did a really good job. And like I said, Leigh Whannell, he did a good job directing. And also, I like the use of the camera angles because sometimes you'll see the camera pans to one certain spot, like a part of the house, or another part here. It's trying to tell us, oh, is there something there, or is there something there, or something there, So I like the use of camera angles to show a pan showing that, is he there, or is he there, or you get what I mean. So, and that one kill of the character's sister is like, oh shit, I didn't see that. It just happened just like that, right? It's like the girl looks, and all of a sudden there's a knife right there. All of a sudden, then boom, slit throat. I didn't expect it to happen just like that, So, but what else? The score. I thought the score. Who did the score for this film? Benjamin Wolfish. I remember his name. I thought that the sort of parts of the score gave an eerie tone to it. I thought it matched, like, especially with the paranoia stuff and some of the intense scenes, like the action scenes that happened. And I thought it just gave, like, a very eerie sense, of the film. It fit the film, I would say. I thought as for the supporting cast, like the guy who was the cop, James, I thought he was decent. The guy who played the Invisible Man, I thought he was pretty decent. But Leigh Whannell, I thought he did a good job directing this film. Definitely much better than Upgrade. But Elisabeth Moss, she was the key. She was the key, or the best part of the movie that held this film together. So, but yeah, I think this film is already one of my favorite films of this year. Yeah, so because I think this is the third film I already like this year. Well, there's one I thought was okay, time waster, but it's not gonna be on my list. So technically, a third film I already like this year because I enjoyed Bad Boys for Life. I enjoyed Sonic. I reviewed that. You can check that out. So I enjoyed Sonic the Hedgehog, and I'll put this one on here so far right now. So yeah, and I thought really another reboot or a reimagining of a classic like the Universal monster, the Invisible Man. Which is like, well, I wouldn't say that because last year I enjoyed the Child's Play remake. Another remake that a horror film remake that I liked from last year, and that was a Child's Play remake. So yeah, this one another version of the Invisible Man. Well, there are other ones that if we want to deal with the modern version of the Invisible Man, I reviewed it long ago. I thought I really enjoyed that film. That's Hollow Man. If you recall Hollow Man with Kevin Bacon, Elizabeth Shue, and Josh Brolin. I enjoy Hollow Man. That's a great Paul Verhoeven movie. It took that little bit aspect of the Invisible Man, made him a little more slasher as well. This one it was more of a thriller type of style. So a little horror as well, horror thriller, but it's more of a paranoia. It's more of a paranoia thriller. I would see it. But Hollow Man, I reviewed that long ago, and that's a great movie. But of course, the original classic, The Invisible Man, of course. But this one I thought was a pretty good attempt. Instead of like it's a suit that makes you invisible, not just the inject into the body that makes you invisible. But this is a suit with the camera works that makes you look invisible. So. But yeah, I like The Invisible Man. I thought it was a pretty good one. So yeah, so Bad Boys for Life, Sonic the Hedgehog, and already now The Invisible Man. And like I said, the best part of this, the key to this movie, Elisabeth Moss did a really good job. So yeah, so that's my thoughts on the Invisible Man. I give it a good one. Yeah. That didn't sound right. I was like, yeah, that sound right. It's like, yeah, it was a good one, I would say. So far, yeah, it's already on my favorites list of this year. I'm sure people like this. Pretty sure a lot of people like this film because of the praise it got. And yeah, so let's see what other films that check out sometime. Well, the March there's some films I don't look forward to seeing. So we'll see though what comes my way. So, but anyway, yeah. So if you haven't seen The Invisible Man, go check it out if still can. But I liked it. I give it a thumbs up for what it was. Another good thing, a sense of the paranoia aspect as well. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next movie review, and I will get to those other ones like I said before later.